Hello, everybody. It's Diogo from WSL Surf Radio, spells Diogo, and I'm gonna talk about the Quicksilver Pro Gold Coast. It was held in Australia, Gold Coast. Um, should have been in Snapper Rocks, but it was in a place called Beach Break nearby named Duramba. And before I start talking about the contest, just ask you to subscribe the channel. And if you want to comment something, it will be nice too. And if you want to tell some of your um addicted surfing friends for the WSL, I'll be glad, I'll be thankful too. So let's start. I'm not gonna do uh, keep you waiting. So let's start about talking the contest. I had a little thing here. So it's in Portuguese. I'm going to translate to you. General analysis about the contest. First thing, this was the change. So that I want to talk to you. It was the change of spot, venue. Uh, it should have been in Snapper Rocks, but there was a little problem with the sandbank in Snapper because of the uh, hurricanes that passed by Australia this past season and washed out the sandbank, and there was no waves in Snapper Rock, so they changed to a place called Duramba. It's a beach break nearby, and there's not much to say. Nature, Mother Nature, we can control it. So if it was a necessary change, and Duramba was an okay spot for the contest. Not anything special, super special, but really good beach break. Um, the first day was so much choppy and windy. They will have 3 to 4 foot waves, and but very windy. Some surfers had problem in the first day, but it was round one, non-elimination round, so they had to run it in those conditions. So it's okay. Uh, and then there was the following days, round two, round three, round four. There was okay, really good waves. Not for a beach break, I mean, not amazing waves, not the ones they went looking for, but pretty contestable waves. And the only thing is they had a problem for me in the 2 days uh, for the final day. They had a problem, a call problem, and I'm gonna talk about it later. So, but overall, Duramba, really good spot, beach break. Like I said, not nothing that too much special, but an okay place for the WCT. So number two is judgment. How the judge did. Overall, I think it was a good judgment throughout the contest. Uh, they they are awarding more maneuvers, strong, powerful maneuvers and airs. And for a beach break, I think it's fine. Not much of a score in barrels. They had some barrels, little barrels, really nice for a normal day, but for a WCT contest, not that much. So most of the scores came from airs and powerful turns and surfing the pocket. Um, 3 to 4, 5 foot waves most, and pretty poor condition in the finals day. But overall, the judgment it was okay. It had a lot of controversy in the final heat, so we're gonna talk about that too. But overall, pretty okay judgment. Number three, KP or PO. KP means Kilo Peril, and PO Peril Connell because it was a news, uh, late news that Pero O'Connell was going to be the commissioner for this year. And on this contest, Kieran Perro, the former commissioner, was working, so didn't understand that much what happened. Um, Nothing again. I had nothing against Kieran Perro as a person. I don't like him very much as a commissioner. I think he errs a lot, makes a lot of wrong calls. I wish the men's commissioner was the commissioner is the current commission for the girls, because she always does really good calls. And but well, there was another mistake this contest. Kieran Perro. I already talk about items 4 and 5, which means a lot of hold on for nothing. Um, and the finals call. Uh, the thing that happened is that it's supposed to have some really cool waves on Sunday, and the event took place from round 1 to round 4 in in Duramba already, and they wanted to put the quarterfinals to surf at Snapper Rocks. I saw an interview of Wayne Rabbit Bartolomeo. I saw an interview of Joel Parkinson. Both of them, before the contest, said there was no chance there are going to be good waves enough for the contest in Snapper Rocks, because there is no time for the sands to come back and fill the bank. But Kieran Perro, as a commissioner, and I don't know who was with him on that. They tried to put their quarterfinals in the water in Snapper Rocks. So first call of the day, they put on hold, and then on hold again, on hold, and by the middle of the day, they called the day off. And we all here in Brazil saw a lot of images and some people talking, chatting on the medias, Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, that Duramba was awesome in that day, in the same day. So, and the next day, Duramba was literally small. The last day of contest, not because of the surf, they surf really good, but the waves wasn't that good. Really small, really slow. So there was another terrible call from Kieran Perro uh, to not put the last day at Duramba with good in a good Duramba day, waiting for a snapper rocks that never came, and then had to make the finals in the pre-average to small day, really small day at Duramba. So that is my analysis. Duramba was okay, the judgment was okay. Kieran Perro with his last day, finals days call, did it again. Once again, screw up the contest. Sorry, Kieran, nothing personal. So this was my analysis for the contest. Here are world title contenders for me. This, if you are following me, you already know that I think these 6 guys are the ones that are really have a shot for the world title. Um, Ítalo Ferreira, here from Brazil, my countryman, won the contest. Ítalo, besides the controversy for the final hits, I'm going to talk about that later. Ítalo surfed really good throughout the contest, really fast, very much fired up with more than probably everybody. He was really exciting, and did not frontside air, backside airs. That change from Snapper Rocks to Duramba helped him a little bit, because he could surf lefts and throw through some airs in lefts too. So for Italo, as a Brazilian surf, he always will surf really good in beach breaks, and once again did his job and start the year really good. This was his fourth wins overall in the WSL. If you remember, I said for to be a world champion, you have to have 5 wins overall and 1 win in the year that you're gonna be the world champion. So Italo is in that zone. He might if he has another win this year, he's already on my top list for world title. Now talking about Gabriel Medina, he was the best surfer in the contest from start to the middle and a little bit more. He in round three he had a 19 hit score. Uh, um, Surfed really good, especially in the lefts, uh, through amazing airs and the backside too. Also, um, maneuvers, really good maneuvers in backside. For me, he was ahead of Italo, uh, but he met with Jory Smith in a really good day too. He They met in the quarterfinals, and Jory served an amazing hit and through alley oops and really nice finishes too on the waves, and deserved the win over Gabriel. But it was a nice start of the year for him, and we all Brazilians we are gonna cheer him out for throughout the year. He's our biggest hope, not the only one, but the biggest one. John Florence, John, Mr. Johnny. Uh, uh, it was really good to see him how he is surfing right now. Nobody really knew how he was gonna be in this contest. I saw some images and heard about his training at Kelly Slater wave pool. And first round, I thought I saw him surf surfing not that great actually. He was a little bit slow. I don't know if he was holding something back. But from round three, then on through all the way to the semifinals, he lost in the semi. He was defeated by Kolohi in the semifinal. Throughout the contest, he got back his form, got back in form. Um, Surfed really good, powerful, through some airs. Uh, and something that I really like is he didn't have a score with the left, uh, but he surfed left, maneuverable left. We're not used to see him surf uh, only barrels, not maneuvers. And he had some really cool backside waves, maneuverable too. But most of his scores came from the rights, and he's a really good too. Um, and I start for the year, the third keeper, Felipe Toledo. Felipe, I saw him since the round one. I felt he was not surfing 100%. I'm not sure if it was physical, or a board problem, or I don't know. I don't know. I think he was like 80% since round one. His surf, not him. His surf was 80% of what he can do. Still surf really good. Um, Went all the way to round four, and lost to John Flores in a little controversy hit. I don't think there was any controversy. John won that hit, but some Brazilians and especially Felipe's father didn't like the result. I'm gonna talk about Felipe's father later. But overall, I think Felipe wasn't at his best in this contest. Still made it to the round four. Uh, so gonna come some rides are coming here in the next contest too, and I hope he'll be better because he's a contender for the title too, a contender for the title too. Talk about George Smith. I really like George Smith in this contest. I I think probably it was his best appearance in Gold Coast. He surfed really good. He was really fit, really slim. Um, Threw some amazing airs. Had a little problem in the beginning of the event in round one with that uh, uh, when his hit was in the ocean. It was really windy, really choppy the waves, like a washing machine. But and then he felt on that round one, but came back together in the round two. Did it really good. Went all the way to the semifinals. Lost to Italo Ferreira, in which I consider the best hit of the contest, and I'm gonna talk about that hit later too. And Julian Wilson, well, I don't know what happened. What Julian lost in round two. Already a throwaway result in the first event of the year. He's a contender for the title too, but those kind of hits that he usually uh, often lose, um, always compromise his campaign for the world title, and this was one more hit. Um, he had in round two you have to surf against two surfers, and he surfed round two really bad too, and then round three he didn't serve that good either. Lost. Uh, it was true. He was very selective in a heat that there wasn't that much of a good wave. So those kind of conditions, I think you have to keeping getting waves and giving yourself a chance for score. And he waited, and lost to Heath, the wild card. Did really good Heath too. Everybody like him here in Brazil. My friends that I talk with throughout the contest, everybody cheer him out against Julian, of course. But it was Julian's fault because he was too much of selective in a pretty bad heat ocean waves, so he lost. And I'm gonna talk about something about that too later here in the show. So these are my analysis for the world title contenders. And if you have something to say, make comments later uh, here too. And here are the controversies. Are all in Portuguese. I'm gonna spell it out for you. Here, controversies. The first one is Kelly. Uh, já deu em merrecas. It means is he done in small waves for contest, of course, not research. For contest, is Kelly later done because he lost in round two. Kelly, uh, he lost for surfers. Not he did pretty bad choices in the first and the second round. The second round, he surfed in a different spot than everybody was surfing. Couldn't find any waves. The guys that was in the heat against him got some waves through some airs, Kelly stood still and never came back. For small waves, beach breaks, waves, small waves, I'm not saying he's done. I would say it will be really, really hard for him to win a contest or even to make a really good result. He can do a okay result, round three, round four, tops round five, or quarterfinals. But semi and finals, I think in small waves, really hard. Beach break waves, really hard, unless it's barreling. And but he still, in my opinion, can do really, really good in maneuverable waves, and he definitely can win when it's bells, when the waves are barreling. So, for my first controversy, my first question: is he already done in small waves? For contests, yes, I think so. It hurts me to say that because he's my biggest idol on the sport. Um, it's amazing to see him serve small waves. I only think for contest wise, it's kind of hard for think of Kelly winning against Italo, against Gabriel, against Felipe, especially those three in small waves are really, really good. Number two, Julian Wilson. Lack of focus. Why does he lose lot of that much hits for wild card? And this question is because once again, Julian loses a hit against a wild card. This time was Reef. I can't say his name because it's really difficult, but Reef from Australia. And I don't know what happens to Julian sometimes. He 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 can't be regular for a whole year. When he does, next last year, he was a world title contender in the final of the year. So I don't know what happens to him. I don't know if he doesn't really care. I don't know if he cares but he's too selective. I don't know if he has that will to win that a champion needs. So it's hard to explain, but the fact is, if he could be a little, not that much regular because he can get wins, but he's a little regular. Like if you're gonna lose in round three or round four, not round two, round three, round four. You really need to be consistent if you're gonna win against Gabriel Medina, who is always consistent, Felipe Toledo, really consistent, uh, and Ítalo has a little bit the same problem as Julian, but Ítalo is really young; he can still pick that up, and Julian is already in his top to decline part of career, and our is keeping the same mistake over and over again. So for us, Brazilian is good because, of course, we cheer for our guys. But I'm here. I'm gonna be um, non-Brazilian and no comments. A Brazilian global comment. Julian, um, it's a little bit of a disappointment uh, if I was cheering for him because of this kind of hits that he loses. Third topic here, Ricardo Toledo. This is Felipe's father. Helps or gets on his way. Should Felipe change coach? Uh, so this is a topic because uh, some people think Ricardo Toledo, Felipe's father. I'm gonna say Ricardo, okay? Some people say Ricardo isn't a good influence for Felipe and isn't a good coach. Um, I don't know if he should change or not. I think this is very personal. I know most of you from around the world don't know this, but Ricardo, he was a surfer too. He was two times Brazilian champion. He surfed some as a wild card in WCT back in the 90s, and his father was the same with him. So this comes from as a family tradition, you know. So I, in my mind, Felipe is already is used to it, so doesn't uh, he doesn't care that much. I just think sometimes you have to be able to know the perfect and not perfect the right time in the right place to go at Felipe and talk to him and um, make some analysis with him and sometimes it's better after a hit because I'm saying that because Felipe was really mad when he lost to John Florence and then WSL show a image of Ricardo just going off at Felipe after the hit, right after the hit, and some people here in Brazil didn't like that. They thought this doesn't help. I sometimes I think it depends of the circumstance, the situation. Sometimes, yes, I think it's better if you just let the guy wait a bit, take a deep breath, and then you go talk to him about the hit. But this is much. You have to know really good Felipe to understand what time is better. And the only thing I really think about, the only thing I think, really think about that is that Felipe, if he feels his father isn't doing him any good anymore as a coach, he should talk to him. I don't know if he has this um, that freedom to talk to his father about that. I don't know if and even I don't know if himself if he will be he will should he wait. I really don't know if Felipe has this character of coming to his dad and say, "See, I don't think it's working anymore," and so. But the bottom of it, I just think he has to have a voice. If he doesn't care, man, just leave it like that. It's his life, his father, his, it's him. But if you think his father is in any ways is working against him, he should talk to his father. That's the only thing. I'm not saying he has to do it or he doesn't have to do it. It's up to him. He has to have a voice, and that's all. All right. Also, because something that I miss, in the internet, some people said things in the Ricardo's Instagram page, and he answered it a little bit angry, and it was here in Brazil. We all got this news, so that's what I am talking about this topic here. Well, number 4, better hits, semi-2, Italo and Georgie. It was the best hit of the contest. Unfortunately, the waves were really small. The waves were really small, but both surfers surfed really good. Two amazing airs. Uh, the difference was really small between them, and some people even think Italo Georgie won the heat, but it wasn't any. For me, Italo won it, but not that I am a Brazilian. Uh, and it was an amazing hit, and even with the loss, it was a good start for Jody, third in the first event of the year. So just to highlight that the best hit of this contest, it was Italo against Georgie, unfortunately, in a small waves, a bad, terrible call by Kieran. And topic five, the final, Italo and Colohe, which was a really, really controversy. Many Americans and another, viewers think Colohe should have won the heat. Um, I'm gonna say my opinion, and then I'm gonna say another thing. My opinion, and so I'm not saying because I'm Brazilian, and then not wanna say, um, wanna please any of you foreign and from other part of the world. My opinion, sincerely, and I said that on my uh, to my friends. No, most of them didn't like that much, but actually, I think Colo he won the heat. You know, yeah, Italo shouldn't have uh, his last wave been scored over. For me, he let's recap the situation. Italo needed 6.9 to win the contest. 2 minutes left, and he got a small right and threw a rotator backside, almost a full rotation, very fast rotation. Really, it was nice, but it was in a small wave. So, and if I measure that with the other scores throughout the heat, I do think that didn't deserve a 7. 6.5 was good. It was enough for that. So a 6.5, and he needed a 6.9. So for me, he shouldn't got the score. That's one thing. But there's one thing that needs to be said, and how it's for me that this all happens because of Colohe's fault. Because it was 2 minutes left for the to end the hit. It was 3 foot, 4 foot, 3 foot waves, really small, really, really slow. They just both have before, like 30 seconds earlier, prior to 2 minutes, they both went in two waves that came medium size for the day, and none of them did it good. And it was obvious that it was gonna take some more time for another wave to come and another good wave to come. And within that 2 minutes, uh, a little wave came, and man, you're surfing against Italo Ferreira, who threw thousands of airs throughout the contest, and you can't give the guy a chance. And Colohe did. He gave up the way for Italo. Italo went and dropped it, and the rest I already said. So yes, I think Colohe, the Italo way was a little bit of score, but I blame all the way Colohe for letting him go in that way on that wave, and you gave him a chance, he took it, and you never know what the judges are gonna think. So it was for me Colohe's fault, that his own fault that he lost. It was gonna be his first win WCT. I know many Americans got frustrated for that, and but even though I think Italy didn't deserve the score, I don't think it was something out of the world for a score. He got a 7.1, and judges, anyone has its own opinion, and when it's that close, it may be some will be happy and some will be frustrated. And this time, uh, Colohe got frustrated, but he shouldn't let Italo come on that wave. So this is my thinkings on all the controversy about this contest. All right. So if you wanna say anything about that, anything about all the topics, it'll be really nice if you comment. And just to finish uh, the show, just reminding you that the Bells Beach pre-show is already is already on YouTube. You must just look for it in the page. Um, and the rankings from WSL Men's World Championship Tour. First, Italo. Second, Colore. Third, Georgie and John. Fifth, Gabriel. Uh, a surprise here, Konerkov in beach break. Wade Carmichael. And another surprise, Seth Muniz. That's really good too. Felipe Ure surf okay. I like him. William Cardoso and Iago Dora both surf, especially Iago surf really good this contest. Got a ninth with Reef from Australia. Everybody liked him. Here in Brazil, Reef. Here in Brazil, you are our, as we say. Julian Zitz, he was Sebastian Zitz was uh, waiting for his child to his wife to give birth to his son or daughter. I don't know. Congratulations, Sebastian. Probably already with his child in his arms. And Michael Rodriguez could have done better. Also, Griffin Calapinto also could done better. I I didn't like Griffin that much on this contest. Um, Ryan here, Ryan served good. The left the first 2 days. Peterson, Crisanto served okay too. A good impression. First good impression. David Silva also okay, good impression. Jack Freestone was one of the standouts for the round one, but couldn't go on in round three. Adriano didn't compete. Matheus Erdi, uh, last year's amateur world champion from Brazil, did really good in the round two and three. That's okay. Lost to Gabriel in a 19 score hit, so but surf really good. I think Leonardo was a little the shoulder hurt, right? Didn't serve that good. I had him on my fantasy team. Come on, Leonardo. Oh, come on, man. Judson. Didn't like Judson surf, although he's already probably classified for next year to the WQS. And Kelly, I already talked about Kelly. If there are waves, he's gonna be different. And Kai Belli, also from Brazil, didn't serve a really good contest in his comeback from an injury. I didn't like Kyle Surf. I think he was lost in the in his heat, and but he can bounce back. He was runner-up in Bells Beach 2 years ago, so let's see what's gonna happen, right? So this is WSL Surf Radio signing off. and I'll be thanking you for watching this. Um, as I said, the pre-show event for the event of Bells Beach is already on YouTube in our page, and I'll be coming back probably when the heat drop comes for just a little analysis in the Bells Beach and the forecast too. So, well, that's it, guys. I'll see you around. It was really nice being here with you, and I'll leave you with music, and see you later.